Hello everyone and welcome to tonight's live. Sorry we're a small bit late. It just took me a few minutes to log in. I had some family stuff going on this evening, so I'm running a bit late. But I hope everyone is well. So, I put this on quiet mode. So I hope everyone is doing well. We'll give it a few minutes to let people start filtering in before we start chatting. Really, some interesting things have happened during the week actually for a few people. Um, David, hello, how are you? Keeping well as always. Regular subscriber, regular contributor. Sorry, to the channel. How are you keeping? Andrew, hello, evening. How are you? Welcome to the madness that is the Era live stream, Era Military Collectibles live stream. Friday night, as always. As I said, I do apologise for being a small bit late. We had some family things that happened this evening, so I was just running a bit late. Gary Hall, evening. Steel Helmet Stan stands in. Hello, Stan. We're actually going to talk about something this evening that you will be interested in. We'll be talking about a helmet. So, what has been happening in relation to Era Military Collectibles? Because life has been very, very quiet at the minute. So, I was on to SOF, who were sending over the package. Fantastic. I'm not sponsored by them, so forget about it. Whoever's going to be giving out about them, but I'm not sponsored by them. But I must say their customer service was absolutely fantastic. They sent me a parcel with some items for projects and stuff. The liner for that helmet, for some reason, it seems to be jinxed. For my Brody helmet, my M1 Brody helmet is a World War One restoration. The that parcel, somehow I paid the import tax on it, but for some reason it was never delivered to me, and it was shipped back to SOF. SOF emailed me today. I have returned the email them, and they have been fantastic about it. Dealing with a lady there, brilliant. But as I said, this is not a sponsored video. But in relation to their customer services, I can't fault them. They've been fantastic now. In relation to the Brody helmet that we are going to be restoring, it is from other people that I've been talking to, other guys with more knowledge with me on the First World War. They reckon it is a First World War shell that has been repurposed during the Second World War. They showed me some interesting little tips and knacks on how to tell the difference between a First World War shell and a Second World War shell. So the that project, hopefully now with the SOF have been in contact with me in relation to that package, will be coming up. Also, we have a Falklands project coming up because people have been asking me to do a Falklands para project. That's coming up. Hopefully that will be sorted in the next fairly rapidly. That's another project that is coming up, and we will talk about some interesting items that I have prepped for that project. And the next project is people who've been asking me about Irish DPM. I do have Irish DPM, or Camouflage as it's called. That was my own personal issue when I was in the service, that I was allowed to keep for the fact that it would have been just taken away and shredded. I was only allowed to keep certain items and one of each item, because at the time I was posted to a reserve. We won't get into too much about it, but I have some Irish DPM, Camouflage. People have been asking would I do a talk and do a series on them, so I will be doing that. But I'm still talking to some higher ups in the media department of the Department of Defence to find out what I can talk about and what I can't talk about. So that show hopefully will be coming up in a project as well. So how is, well, a lot of questions coming in here now. Evening all, evening John stands in. Very well, thank you. Very well, thank you. You're always late. I am always late. I do apologise, but I am always late. Military Collectibles, evening. Hello, how are you, CJ? We haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're keeping well. Nick Saunders, good evening, chaps. Yeah, fantastic. Hello, Nick, how are you? Stan just bought a couple of replica German awards off SOF. Yeah, I can't fault them now, lads, in relation to their customer service. It has been absolutely fantastic. I know some people have had issues with them in the past, and as I said, I'm not sponsored by them, so I can't. I'm not going to blow blow their trumpet for no reason. But genuinely, going back and forth with emails, phone calls, the lady that I've been dealing with is a lovely lady, and they're fantastic. They've helped me out now an awful lot. Military Collectibles, do you rate the Denix MP44? I have never seen the Denix MP44, but I have seen the Denix Thompson, the AK, and the M16, and my own Denix. And from what I've seen of those, there are tiny little details that aren't correct, but for what they are, for the purpose that you want them for, which is an ornament or a prop or a wall hanger, they're fantastic. They do the job. No, you don't know. You might need to do a small little few bits and pieces. And I just drop it back. But as you can see, I redid the stock of my Denix SMLE, and people actually mistake it as being a real SMLE when it's actually a Denix. YouTube, this is a prop. It is a paperweight. It doesn't do anything. Better go click. It's just a copy for reenacting or historical purposes. So yeah, so that's pretty much what's been happening. Other people have also been asking me to do email me in relation to the German stuff that I do, that I put up a video on. I did do the Hitler Ute knife there the other day. Last week, yeah, it would have come up last week. And in relation to that video, people have been asking me to show them other parts of my German collection from World War II. Lads, I only have 3 other items belong to the Germans from World War II. I don't know, is it worthwhile doing a series on them? As I said, I'm not 100% comfortable with showing German stuff online because I'm not sure there's so many rules and regulations in relation to showing rooms and markings and things like that. So I'm not 100% sure what to do with that in relation to that. Military Collectibles. Sorry, I read that one. SOF British Home Guard haversack is okay once you wear it in and keep it packed for shipping. Yeah, their home guard. Oh, you did their home guard webbing set. Their webbing as well is fine for what it is. They do have different suppliers that are different qualities and things like that. They do a fairly reasonable M37 webbing set. If it's just going to be sitting on a mannequin or for display or something like that, it would suit the purpose. But yeah, you have to. Some of their stuff is fine. Now there are other suppliers out there, lads, as well. There's Epic. Epic is one. No, I'm not sponsored by any of these, so don't say that I sent you. Epic is one. Actually, do say I sent you because then now I might get a sponsorship. But Epic is one. SOF we all know about. WPG over in the States. Panther Store in Central WPG. What Price Glory Central Europe. There's lots of suppliers out there. There's suppliers everywhere. Still haven't stand. Very good piece. The mag fits. A genuine MP44. And it's solid. Small features are non-working, but cocks and dry fires and accepts a sling in the same as the genuine one. So there you go, Stan. That's good. Which Collectibles, I just remember a video you did years ago, not there now, and there was something with the cocking handle. Andrew, I keep saying that to the new lads, if you put in a bit of work, you can vastly improve the look of the next stuff. Yeah, you can. Or the next MSLE. You actually, Andrew, if any of you don't know Andrew Johnston there, he has a small little YouTube channel. It's a bit of this and a bit of that. I think some of the stuff he has in it is very, very, very good and very fantastic. He actually has a video on how to. I watched it because I am still uh, in the process of. But I'm still thinking of getting a Denex High Power or a BAP Browning Automatic Pistol. And he has a video on how you can actually make it more realistic and sand it down and change the color and that stuff. So which is cool. Cheers, CJ. I'm thinking of getting one for the World War II East German. Steel helmet stand. Never owned a Denex MP44. I had an old spec original cock and click. Denex vid I did was the MP40. Andrew Johnson. Yeah, I reckon you could stain the wood of the weapon and treat the sling. Also, whether the metal work. Great display item on a mannequin or for reenactment. Just up my street. Very good. Yeah. What did I do with my metalwork? I just literally got a very a scotch pad, but the green scrubbing pads you see for pots and pans and stuff like that. Literally got one of them. Lightly rubbed the metal in spots and areas where I thought wear would be, and around edges and stuff like that. And it came out nice. It came out fantastic. It did come out nice. Um, Ralph, hello friends. I thought I'd skip World War II TV and watch this. Very good, Ralph. That's a fantastic boost to my ego that you're going to skip World War II TV. World War II TV, if any of you don't know, let's go check them out. He's a British chap that's living in Norway. He does some fantastic battlefield talks, and he has some great historians on that channel. You learn a lot from that channel actually too. Steel helmet standard NXMP40 is a cracking piece of kit, though real mags don't fit. Only Denex mags fit it. It cocks and clicks and holds stock and folding stock as per original. Military Collectibles. Sorry, my mistake, mate. Watched so many other years. I've crosswires. There's no panic then. I'm the same. I remember watching videos about certain things and I can't remember where I watched them before. When I tried and watched them again to cross-reference material and stuff like that, or cross-reference information, and I can never remember whether it was CJ that I was watching or who I was watching, or Steel Hammer Standard. The next one, which was the cocking handle problem, was the Grand rifle, very poor fitted. Steel Hammer Stand Military Collectibles. Yeah, that crossed my mind about the MP40, but I've already got an air gun version. I would never afford a real MP44, as I'm looking forward to getting a Denex. Denex are they're a good stand-in for stuff like that when you need them. They are a good stand-in. Airsoft as well. Here in Ireland, you have two options. You have three options. DX, which are very hard to get. You can only get them from certain dealers. Depending on how many you have, there's a bit of regulations about it. I have one DX in my collection, which is my Bren gun. I have a one Denex, and then everything else I have is there. Sorry, I have two Denex. I have a or do I? No, I actually got rid of it. I have one Denex. But yeah, there you go. And everything else I have is airsoft. That's my mind about the MP4. Look forward to getting it. Lightly rubbing Denex with steel wool to highlight edges works a treat. Yeah, exactly. There's lots of ways of doing it. YouTube's a fantastic way of doing it, about looking to stress metal or change wood colors. There's lots of videos on everything from building cabinets to fixing cars on YouTube, lads. So there's ways to get the material. Yes, CJ, I remember the video that you did where the receiver had been worked on, so the empty clipped pings out, but it weakens the metal. Still have a stamp. You could get the GSG German sporting gun DAC replica of a MP44, better than a Denex, cheaper than a period one. Denex stands are good. They take real Sten mags. Oh, sorry, Denex stands. I thought I said stand there for a second. Denex stands are good. They take real Sten mags too, so you can improve the look right away. Oh, very cool. I didn't know that now about the stands. Um, yeah, I didn't know. I must look up that now. Cheers, CJ. Yeah, I found to. I'll have to weigh up the cost, etc. Ralph, are you familiar with Surplus and Lost Army Depot from Woolbridge? This guy is on YouTube selling World War II and Cold War uniforms and equipment. I am not. Familiar with that guy. Andrew Johnson. About 100 rabbit holes you are opening up. Stan, I believe, actually, I am affiliated with a club in the UK. Andrew is in it. Stan is in it now. And we're an airsoft reenactment historical society, whatever the hell you want to call it. So yeah, so fantastic. So I suppose I could say that I'm sponsored now by them. But yeah, so I will, when I have all my documents. Andrew, I did get the email. I did have a quick look at it when I have all that printed off and stuff, and had a look at. I start mentioning the guys on live streams and videos and stuff. Where have we gone now? Steelhammer stand. From Military Collectibles to Steelhammer stand. If it's just for a mannequin display, the Denex is probably the way to go. In inheriting another mannequin, don't know where I'm going to put it though. Oh, you're getting another mannequin. What is people's? I have 4 mannequins, 2 tailor's mannequins, I suppose they're called. What is the record on people with mannequins? This is tonight's quiz. Kenny, hello everyone. Please, lads, mind Kenny in the crossfire. Ralph, have you bought off them? If so, what was your experience? Kenny. Everyone's saying about Kenny. Always room for one more mannequin, and yes, I'm also enlisted in the group now. Yeah, I heard, Stan. Fantastic. I got a battered Bundeswehr canteen from Surplus and Lost. I got a battered Bundeswehr canteen from Surplus and Lost. Complained, got a refund. Oh, okay. Pretty good. Were you happy with their customer service, or did they offer to replace it or anything like that, Kenny? I got a mannequin, but my wife would. Your wife would probably freak out if I get a mannequin. My wife would probably freak out. It depends. It depends where you place them. Halloween, they come in very, very handy, which is great fun watching the kids when they come around corners and stuff and see this thing going, whoa! Steelhammer said, no, I'm asking you because there was something in his shop I would like. Well, Kenny bought from him there, and he said that when he got his item, it was battered, so he had to get a refund. Dave is opening fire on Kenny. Try not to hit Kenny, lads, until he answers the question anyway, first of all. So, got to keep the mannequins out of his wife's way. My wife said, no way. Now I've got 3. Have you got 3? I thought you'd put one more up in the attic. Or in the lookout or observatory or whatever the Man Cave Mark II is called. Or Stanican Quarters. So, here we have a British paratrooper helmet. No, I'm just going to close this chin strap. This is a project that I was putting together for Falklands. Because people ask me, would I do a Falklands para loadout impression for the anniversary of the Falklands? So, here we go. So this is the helmet so far. It has a 1968 pattern hood as the actual cover, covered with a net, car rubber or a rubber tire. And then Dave was kindly there in his last package sent me a bit of a cargo net that somebody had shaped into a helmet cover already. So I put that on, put an extra couple of bits of scrim in it because you have to cut the lining out of the 68 pattern hood. There are plenty of them around the place, lads. I know you're all going to go, what the hell are you doing cutting up an original item? But there's plenty of out there, and I do have a second one. So hold your horses. So yeah, so now we have a helmet for our para impression from the Falklands. So, and I think it actually looks quite good. Now this helmet has been improved on, whereas whoever owned it has tailored the chin strap. So everything is taped up. What they've also done is, if you see here on this clip here at the back, this should be a ring that you push through when you close. He's actually put on a proper male and female clip. So we look at that better when we have it done. But yeah, I'm quite proud of this thing, and it's it looks well. It looks very authentic, and it looks like I sort of had a look at pictures of stuff that I've seen of paras wearing their helmets in the Falklands, and quite happy with it. So yeah. So that's part of the project for the Falklands para. Oh, we'll answer some more questions. Got to keep the mannequins. Oh yeah, we'll answer that one. Hitler Jugend knives of DJ. Hitler Jugend knives of DJ. Are those original? See, it's CJ. It's not DJ. Sorry, it's CJ. DJ are those. CJ is from Military Collectibles, not DJ. Ralph. No, no, I want another. I'm looking out for one. Oh, that's in relation to the mannequin above in the roof. Well, not in the roof, in Stanican's lookout. 18 mannequins with uniforms, and I'm sure I'll squeeze a few more in. Yes, and Gary, believe it or not, lads, is not a hoarder of mannequins and has a little fetish about them. Gary owns, forgive me, I might get this wrong, Operation Banner Veterans Museum in Armagh. I will be going up and doing a video of it. If any of you are in the area, go check it out. It's privately run. It's not funded by the government. It's not funded by anyone. He does it off his own back. I think he may get the premises where he has the museum, but it's actually getting so big now. I think he's looking for bigger premises. So if any of you are in Armagh and you know around that area of a bigger premises that Gary can set up his museum again, go check him out. He does some fantastic stuff. That's bloody awesome, Gary. Well done. You must have the room. He actually has a separate building. But yeah, he runs a museum, Operation Banner Veterans Museum, and it is a fantastic spot. So you need to go check it out, lads. If you're ever in that neck of the woods, as I said, there will be a video coming up on it soon. Fingers crossed. We have been talking about it, and I will definitely do it for him. It's just a matter of whether I'm back up that direction that we can arrange it. Glad the net was of use, nicely scrimmed. Yeah, perfect. It came out well. Cheers, Dave. Dave is another very good contributor to the channel. And and an awful lot of the guys here I have become friends with. I chat away with Dave. I chat away with Andrew. I chat away with Gary. I chat away with CJ. I have chatted with. But yeah, so it's all good. Cheers, Stan. Portrait cabin, but bursting at the seams. It is bursting at the seams. I've seen pictures of it, and it's fairly rammed. What is the camouflage on the helmet made of? Oh, it's an old vehicle net that was cut for a part of it is, um, and then that's attached to the net that's on the helmet, and then I have pieces of scrim that I cut off of the inside of the hood because I had to cut the lining out of the hood, and they're just tied onto it for the extra long pieces. So yeah, I should have done a video on it, but when I was doing it, it was a bit frustrating to get the actual net and the hood on and get it right. So I got a bit mad, but I eventually got it right that I was happy with. So I should have really done a video on it, but you would have heard some expletive terms used while I was doing it. Nice one, Gary. I love a shipping container in the garden. I'm sure you could arrange it. You might get a divorce after it, but I'm sure you could do it. The helmet scream is from a vehicle cargo net and other bits. Yeah, exactly. It's a cargo net, and it's easy to. No, Mr. Shanahan. The DJ knife is a Hitler Youth knife without. Oh, okay. In diamond with an Olympic logo. It's not an Olympic logo. I think I know the one you're talking about. It's the Fleur de Lis. Is actually the logo that is in the center of it. And I believe actually the Scouts, Boy Scouts of Association, whatever. I actually do believe they took out a case against a company that was reproducing knives that were using the Fleur de Lis in it, because their logo, part of their logo, the Scouting Ireland or Scouting Movement logo, is a Fleur de Lis. So I'm not sure actually however that went, but I don't know. Can you copyright the Fleur de Lis? I'm not sure. Fleur de Lis goes back centuries. If any of you don't know what the Fleur de Lis is, it's like a little symbol. It's like a little arrowhead, other bits and pieces on it, and a German eagle on the blade. According to the Joe Rivers, there are all copies. Thanks, CJ, but don't think I'll ever have enough. It's a disease. It needed talking to. It did need a talking to. If that's what you're talking about, the helmet cover. Um, it was a. Oh, what a pleasant affliction it is, though, collecting military items. It is. It's like there's worse hobbies out there. It's a bloody expensive hobby, though, but there are other hobbies out there that I suppose cost about the same. Boy Scouts. Yes, the Boy Scouts, they have. Their logo was the Fleur de Lis. If any of you don't know what the Fleur de Lis is, just look up Fleur de Lis and you'll see it. And you'll recognize it straight away what the Fleur de Lis is. Google it. But that was used on Hitler Youth knives and reproduction ones. It is a very sweet sickness. It is a very sweet sickness we have. But it is what it is, lads. So we just need to feed the habit. As I said, there are a few items coming through along the collection that will be coming in. Thankfully, we've had a bit of a dry spell lately, but that happens. It happens. It does happen where you sort of, I want to reach a plateau, but you sort of get to, you've lots of, your mind is going in lots of different ways, and you just can't commit to anything. So, and I was a bit frustrated as well by the fact that that package, because I had ordered. Actually, I can tell you the truth. I ordered the oil once now. Of course, I'll tell you the truth, but I can tell you the story. I ordered that liner from an American company. And when I ordered it, it was in stock. Then they said it wasn't in stock, that it was back ordered. And it was I can't remember the name of it. It was actually a company that was specifically manufactured reproduction helmets and things like that, and liners and bits and bobs and leatherwork and stuff like that. So I specifically ordered off of them, humming and hawing, I waited 2 months for the thing to come back. And every time I emailed them, oh, we're waiting on it, it'll be in the next week, it'll be in the next week, it'll be in the next week. So I cancelled the order. Then we had a big argument over getting a refund. Long story short, absolute disaster. I'm still in the process of working out whether I should or whether I shouldn't name that company, because they were just horrible to deal with. But I don't want any repercussions neither for me slating them. So after that, then I went and I ordered SOF. SOF, fantastic, as I said, the customer service. Smooth ordering it, smooth paying for it, paid the customs tax on it, and for some reason, the customs released it back to the post office to be delivered. Post office never delivered it. It ended up back in Wales. So Dave emailed me and said, look, we know you've paid for this. We know you've paid the customs on it. What you want us to proceed? So I asked them, will they just send it back to me? And they said, yeah, no problem, but we're going to register it for you. And that's what they're doing. So hopefully it should be here in the next few days. It is a very. I click and collect half of my eBay purchases just to keep it under the radar. Yes, dealer. Yes, dear. I've had that whole thing for years, etc. Yeah, exactly. And I know Andrew there has a lockup. He's got a container where he keeps most of his stuff in storage container, I suppose. So yeah, you can get away with it that way. Just have it in there. Well, I've had that for years, lads. I don't know where that came from. It's just that old thing. Anyone bought off the Worldwide Arms closing down sale? I ordered a Hungarian World War II M38 helmet last week, and they only dispatched it today. They said they were overwhelmed by sales they've had. I don't know. I haven't actually ordered anything off of Soldier of Fortune. Well, not Soldier of Fortune. Worldwide Arms in their sale, in their closing down sale. So actually, CJ's in. CJ, did you buy one of the Finnish helmets off of that American company that says they're international, but they won't ship internationally? Because I was thinking about getting one, and getting it sent to a family member in the US, and then getting it sent here. So I'm just wondering how you had when you were dealing with that company. It is a skill we have, smuggling in new things and saying I've had them for years. It is a skill. It's a very hard skill. I know a first British para drum banner for sale. First British para drum banner for sale from 1950s. I'm interested, but it is a current reasonable price. Oh, it is at a current reasonable price. Look, if it's part of something you want in your collection, or if it's something you're looking at, pull the trigger, man. Pull the trigger. You only live once. Andrew Johnson, my problem is my wife controls the cash flow, and even though I sell stuff to fund my next project, she's always spying on me, as it was easier playing rugby. What you need to do, Stan, though, is you need to set up a Revolut card, right? Or something like that. And you can get money lodged into it and see how things go. And it is, we'll see how they, and as you can build up your budget that way. John, I got one off Worldwide Arms. I got the Finnish one off them. They are now selling Hungarian ones for 79. They were previously 99. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I was looking at. I didn't know they still had the Finnish ones. Have they still got the Finnish ones, or no? It's the Hungarian ones with the little clip on the back. Siege actually did a video on it. I got my hours increased 6 months ago, and I haven't mentioned it yet. It's now my kit fund. I did, but eBay stopped the sale as it was classed as a prohibited item. It was claimed to be shipped and not sent by the company. Refunded me. I bought mine from Worldwide Arms. Okay, so it was eBay. Why did eBay stop it? Oh, makes no sense. Classified as a prohibited item. Did it have markings on it? Sure, if it was a finished one, it wouldn't have had markings on it. Why was a World War II historical piece classified as a prohibited article? A prohibited item? I don't know. Worldwide Arms, the best place for the Hungarian helmets, but they are all Finnish reworked helmets. Oh, okay. I might actually have a look at Worldwide Arms website. So, guys, we've been on for 35 minutes. I will be cutting off at 9 o'clock tonight. As I said, we had family issues come up today, so I only got on for the bare minimum of what we were allowed to get on for. So hopefully everything will work out. You kind of look like Howie. Somebody deal with that numpty there, lads. Set up fund any spare money you earn on the side to fund your sweet sickness. Yeah, exactly. The you had some things you have to collect for, and some things they're a shot of a hat. Whether you see something on sale in Facebook Marketplace, eBay, whatever, you just have to pull that trigger straight away, and then ask for forgiveness. It's easier to ask forgiveness sometimes than for permission. Remember that. Only medium and small sizes so that you'll suit you, Mr. Shanahan. Yeah, I don't have a big head like Mr. Stanikin. I don't need to weld in pieces of metal to expand them. No, I'm only joking. Stan, you have an average size head, but I'm lucky I have a size 57, and for some reason, everything seems to be 57s. Sorry, there. I just got a message that I just need to have a quick look at. But yeah, Stan having a wee museum always allows me to claim everything I get is donated every odd sale and the odd sale on eBay. I haven't lads bought an item off eBay. Oh, a good 6 months now, probably. I'd say. I did need. I did go mad there for a while on stuff, so I did need to calm down. On items. Plus, we're hopefully getting the house. Our house will be finished soon, so I needed to calm down for that and other things. But as I said, this SOF order that I've had is probably could be going on 6 months now, nearly at this stage. This package stuff that I'm trying to get for that project. Where have we gone? Quick, get Kenny while you have the cattle prod out. No, leave Kenny alone, lads. Trying to find an M62 Bundeswehr helmet in UK. Any leads? I think I've seen one on eBay there not so long ago. Cheers, Dave. Do you have an SAS uniform? I don't have an SAS uniform. I do have a Australian original SAS beret, but I don't have a uniform. And the problem dealing with SAS and special forces type stuff is everything is SAS, everything is special forces and it's all original and this and that or whatever, and it always costs you an arm and a leg, and it's very, very hard to unless you are 100% sure the guy handing it to you is SAS or something like that, that it is very hard to tell the authenticity of that item. Anyone noticed the amount of fake Falklands Argentinian helmets that have been on eBay recently? Yes, I have, CJ, and I have noticed the price of Falklands 68 pattern jackets or Falklands jackets being advertised for ridiculous money. And I did notice today through a friend of mine, he sent me a link of somebody selling a What Price Glory reproduction windproof smock on eBay as an original, and actually use the same photos that What Price Glory are using on their website to advertise it. So yeah, they are out there, guys. The Falkland stuff has started, so keep an eye on it. Weekend war movie tip: The King's Men 2021 Great World War II adventure had a good laugh about Rasputin. What's that on, Ralph? Is it Netflix or just the internet? Gary Hall, that would be a dream, a small museum. Well, I mean, Gary's thing was a museum. Gary started off with a little bits and bobs in his shed, and going to schools and stuff, displaying his items, and then he eventually managed to get a little museum. Yes, CJ, it is so sad. Tinker, Tailor, Soldier, Spy Stan. It is where the circus manage their expenses without. Oh, okay. Military collectibles. What is the price of those fakes? Army dude, hello. How are you? Anyone been watching the new IC press file? I haven't actually. I'm not 100% sure what you're talking about there. Hoping for a bigger premises in near future. Then I can't complain as the property is cost free. Where did you get my Irish DPM? They were actually issued to me. I did serve in the Defence Forces, the Irish Defence Forces, and when I left, they were the actual items that I still had. That I turned in. When you leave the army, you turn in all your kit. Um, but I was allowed to keep one pants, one shirt, one smock, a barracks jacket, my beret, my number ones. That was about it, really. That's about all I was allowed to keep. But the Irish Army has a law. There is a law. You can be liable for prosecution if you sell Irish DPM anywhere. So I know it is on eBay and you do see it around the place. But by law in Ireland, you can actually prosecute it for selling Irish DPM products or paddy flash. Thanks again, Dave. Kenny Rebel, no, I know the 1965 version. Ralph, from 55 to 300 on eBay a couple of weeks ago. Genuine one, fetch 400. Someone asking 200 for just a genuine shell. Kenny, I would like the original too much, so no. Nice one, Gary. If I'm ever over that way, I will visit. Stan, you will be over this way because you're more than welcome to stay on my gaff, and I'm great friends with Gary. We've done a few bits and bobs, a bit of trading in the past. I'll be more than happy to bring you up there and have a look. It's on ITV. Kenny Rebel, I've got a Bundy M62 with bullet damage, but I'm afraid I ain't selling. I really like the helmet. Army dude. Did Irish Army Ranger Wing had British DPM uniforms? I don't remember them with British Army DPMs. They did have, prior to the Paddy Flash uniforms coming in, they had a camouflage uniform. There was the same pattern as Paddy Flash because the DPM pattern, the British DPM pattern, and Paddy Flash is actually a different pattern. The blobs and all that are actually different. But they had the Irish pattern with British colours. Something like the Dutch one actually. But then they went when the Paddy Flash came in or the Irish Army DPM stuff came in, they just swapped over to that. Did they have British DPM stuff? Possibly. I don't know. To tell you the truth, I did work with Rangers and I knew a few Rangers, but I never actually noticed whether they could have had DPM stuff, their own private purchase DPM stuff. I don't know, but sorry if that doesn't answer the question. But there you go. House move next week, then dedicated war office. Oh, cool, Nick. Well done, Kenny Rebel. See, I think men's caves or a man's cave or a man's shed or whatever or a war room are fantastic items or ideas, and they were invented by women because that way they can keep the whole house to themselves and have all their stuff out there, and all our stuff gets stuck into one room. That's what I'm thinking. It's a bit of reverse psychology on their behalf. Cool, Stan. Be more than welcome, Stan. I keep the kettle on the boil. He does actually. He makes a fine cup of tea. We'll have to bring up our own lines box though with him because it could be Barry's or PG Tips. So we'll have to work it out. Nick Saunders, you will of course need a field telephone system. Every setup does. Yeah, you do actually. You need some type of company. Wait here. Did you had PLC webbing and Bergen pack in Irish Defence Forces? Yes, we had green. When I first went in, we had green PLC webbing, and our Bergen was the British version, except in green. Later on, then we had trial versions of chest rigs and battle vests, but we still had the green the green PLC stuff. And it wasn't until after I got out that the battle vests and stuff like that started coming in. But I do remember us being issued. I was issued pretty much the same as the Northern Ireland pattern chest rig in Irish DPM as a test piece. Different battalions and different groups were given stuff to test them out and try them out. And I do remember getting one of those. And I had to hand it back after a certain period of time with a report on how I found it and stuff like that. But yeah, that answers your question. House move. Oh, sorry, I read that one. Military contempt is usually scammers who have discovered the Cold War market. Cheers, Gary. Yeah, you stand when you're more than welcome to always come here. There's no issue. And we'll definitely call up to Gary. Cheers, Stan. Would you say 30 quid is a fair price for a set of jelly bean jacket and trousers? Original? Yeah, 30 pounds for jelly bean jacket and trousers. Yeah, that's good. Sounds like it's sort of not bad price actually for them. That's the jelly bean. If anyone don't know what jelly bean camouflage is, that is the slang term for the Australian old pattern camouflage. John, I'm only coming to Ireland if you are buying all the beer. Yeah, no problem. I'll fucking make a still if you want, or a brewery for that weekend. Thanks, Kenny. I've an old Latvian National Guard's combat uniform. Oh, cool. Very cool. I don't have much Eastern European bloc stuff. I have a small bit of Polish, small bit of East German stuff, but I don't have any Latvian or anything like that. What's on your wish list of military items for the year of 2022? Oh, what is on my wish list? That's a good question. Let's think about that one. Living History UK, the legend Steve. How are you? Steve Davis, lads, Living History UK. I might as well give him a plug seeing as he's here. If you want to go to a good festival, Living History Festival, where we will have dedicated reenactors. Sorry, living historians. They're not reenacting different things. Living historians, living the life of the time they're portraying. Go to the Chilton Open Air Museum on April 9th and 10th. The tickets are selling out. Go check out their website, Living History UK. I will be there. I have been invited. I will be there. I will be there in all glory. I'm going to be helping the lads doing a bit of filming, setting up, cattle prodding the public into submission and making sure you don't drop papers and cigarette butts. So I'll see you all there. Pop down if you're nearby and come and say hello. Don't be afraid to come and say hello. Quick hello, John. Yeah, I'm doing well, mate. How are you keeping? Hope everything's good. Ralph, true, the scammers are now jumping on the bandwagon like they did with First World War items a few years ago. Yeah, exactly. Anything that has an anniversary coming up or a movie coming up. We've seen it with Band of Brothers. We've seen it with 1917. Greyhound, which was the new Tom Hanks movie that came out about the ship. Stuff, counterfeit stuff. And now the fact that it's the anniversary of the Falklands, there's massive interest in Falklands items and driving the prices up again as well. So yeah. I am from Latvia. Oh, very cool, military dude. I didn't know you were. Hello. Are you in Latvia now at the moment? I hope everything is well with you. Military collectibles. It's weird and concerning that the fakes and scammers are into Cold War stuff now, but where there is money to be made, people like that. They used to have no shame. They don't have any shame. It used to be a common one was they would get excuse me, because it was so cheap and cheerful. East German stuff. They would get East German hats and caps, I should say, these type of caps, and they would doctor them to look like they would doctor them to look like German World War II stuff. Why can't I think of the name of the German army during World War II? I keep thinking Waffen, but it's not. That was the other crowd. Oh, it'll come to me in a minute. Jeez, my mind is very bad lately. And it is a size 57 Stan. There you go. So it fits like a glove. Officer's one. You can tell that by the badge. It is a bit more ornate. You have these little lines running through it. Then an NCO's one, and obviously you have the officer's braid. Steel helmet Stan. I suppose this is caused the scammers hitting things which people think worth to be faked rather than obvious World War II stuff. Yeah, I suppose World War II stuff, the guys, they're well, bar the younger generation of World War II collectors, I suppose. There's actual books out there now at this stage about fakes of World War II stuff. So it's probably getting harder for them to forge stuff. It's also the 30th anniversary of the British going into Bosnia. Thankfully, that hasn't got the same attraction as stuff online is still affordable. I completely misjudged that. Might actually have to do an impression because that would it be Soldier 95 stuff rated? It would be 84 pattern stuff, I'd say. So yeah, we could do a tribute, I suppose, to the lads going into Bosnia. It's really sad that people also sell the post-war stuff as for real, than collecting Iraqi uniforms. Collecting Iraqi uniforms or World War II books is a safe beacon. The military factor. What's the best way to start a military collection for a lower budget? If anybody asks me advice now on a collector coming into the world of collecting right now, would be collect Iraq and Afghanistan stuff at the minute because it's still collectively known as surplus now at the minute rather than collectible items now. It is getting harder to find some of the items and they're more expensive. Collect that stuff, get a stockpile of that stuff, and in a few years' time that stuff will be worth money. Especially now that stuff is going on in Ukraine because that is the newest war. So stuff from that war possibly in the future will end up getting collectible. It's all a big circle. So if anyone is asking me on stuff to get into the hobby, I would say start collecting Iraq and Afghanistan stuff now at the minute. And the other piece of advice I would tell people is, if you have a time frame that you're interested in, be it Falklands, Cold War, Operation Banner, or Northern Ireland Troubles, World War One, World War Two, do as much research as you possibly can into that time. Learn as much about the history as you possibly can. Get books on the uniforms. Talk to guys that were in at that stage if you can. Watch documentaries, and start off small, small little bits and pieces. Pick up a pouch, pick up a cap, pick up anything. Start small for simple money, and the bigger items will come then after a while. It's the only advice I can give, really. I hope that helps. Who asked me that question? Military Factor. Hello, how are you, anyway? Yeah, you are right, CJ. There's a firm in the USA that makes repo DDR visor caps in big sizes 60, which seems harder to find. Age it as an original. Yeah, there's ways. A large reach. And this you're talking about. Yeah, it is. I used to buy East German white pipe caps in large 61 from FG Wing for £2 each, and sell them to World War II reenactors. The East German P caps made not bad repos, waffen caps for the reenactors. Yeah, exactly. That's what they used to do. The Bundeswehr helmets as well the M1s were commonly used for World War II reenacting as well. Nice DDR, sir. From what year? It is letter N. So if any of you have the simple, Stan might have it there handy, the chart for the dating, it is a letter N. So I'm not sure I don't have my chart handy to tell me what the dates are. Thanks, mate. No problem at all, Military Factor. Military Collectibles. Some reenactors have really ugly German hats on with no form on them. There's the Crusher cap. It's called a Crusher cap. There's a wire on most caps on the inside, so they just take them out so they can make crushers out of them. The idea of a Crusher cap is it's a field cap, I suppose, that you can have scrunched up and shove it into a piece of if you're in a vehicle or your pocket or your pack or something like that, and then take it out when you according to your need it, and it still looks somewhat reasonable. Army dude, I collect more modern military surplus from army like British, Dutch, US, German, Swedish, Austrian, and Swedish, Norwegian. Very cool. Swiss, Austrian, Dutch, Swedish, Norwegian. I would love to get my hands on a set of the Swedish and the Norwegian camouflage. I think one's called a 67, and I can't remember what the other one's called. I do like the Swedish and the Norwegian camouflage jackets, or pants. They're camouflage uniforms. So if any of you are Swedish or Norwegian and you want to donate any items to the channel, please feel free. And we will do a video on them. Well, it's probably a bit late. Oh well. Hi, Patrick. How are you? Welcome to the fun and festivities. We will be logging off now soon, but we are here. Steel helmet stand. Why am I yucky working? I killed my mouse. Where's my mouse gone? Not working now. Reference large DDR repo caps. The original large size ones were snacked up by reenactment market many years ago. Yeah. What type of gas masks you had in the Irish Defence Forces? We had an Israeli one. First of all, I can't remember the name of it. Then we graduated to the S10. We changed over to the S10 respirator. I'm not sure what they use now, but when I was in, we had the Israeli one first of all, and then we got the S10s around 2002, 2003. We got S10 respirators. Ralph, probably Chinese or Italian knockoffs, Indian knockoffs. Where did I get Italian over? Military trip, Pakistanis. Okay. N is 1989. I'm always on the lookout for a big head size DDR head wear. So my hat is 1989. The letter N is 1989. Thank you, Stan, who has his little quick chart. I do actually have one on my phone. I suppose I could have looked up, but I do actually have a letter chart. Can't get them online. Google them. NVA, NVA or DDR date codes is the little cheat card thing that you can find. So there you go. Seen a lot of Swiss camo the other day. Is that the red one? I really don't like that. It's the red camouflage. Such a DDR cap was also used in Elton John's 1986 music clip. Oh, little interesting fact for you guys. What have we got? Yeah, I got a real bad German M35 probably from that part of the world. Sprayed it up, then Normandy colour, so it is good to do a project, but the helmet is just a shell filler. There you go. Very good. What type of mess kit canteen and cup had in the army? We had the British ones, the square mess tins, and we had the steel cups, kidney cups that we call it because it looks like a kidney if you turn it on your side. BCB I think was the name of the company. Was it BCB or I can't remember. I actually have my issue one. I used to have an issue one somewhere, but I don't know where it is now. Carbon flash. Oh, the Swedish stuff or the Swiss stuff. Yeah, I don't like it at all. Ugh, the red one. Right, guys, it is 9 o'clock. It's actually 9:05. So I will love ye and leave ye. There will be some videos coming up this weekend, as always. As I said, we're nearly finished with the Falklands project, where we'll be doing, when I can get the okay or get the clearance or see what else I need to do off the Department of Defence for doing the Irish series, we will. And with some other little bits and pieces coming up. And thankfully, SOF, in relation to that package that we've been waiting on for I don't know how long now at this stage, it is nearly on the way. So guys, have a good time, enjoy yourselves over the weekend, stay safe, and I will see you all next Friday, same time, same channel, same place. That was Batman, wasn't it? Same time, same channel, same place. So 8 o'clock next Friday. Have a good one, guys, and stay safe.